What is up, you guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Bashcast. I'm Hunter.
I'm Jeff.
I'm Quaid.
I'm Jacob.
And we have a lot of exciting stuff for you guys today. But first, we need to tell you guys that our podcast today is going to be a little bit shorter. It's only going to be about half an hour. So just want to let you guys know. But we still have a lot of exciting stuff to talk about in this half an hour. And the first thing we have up on the list, the Doctor Strange teaser trailer came out.
Oh, yeah.
And I have to say, I was very impressed.
I'd say it looks a lot like Inception to me.
That I was feeling the exact same way.
I saw that.
I'm going in blind, so.
Oh, you didn't? You
Oh,
haven't
you're
watched
I
it?
haven't watched the trailer yet?
I've been holding out.
Well, we have it up right. Well, we're gonna play it for you guys right now. So, basically, it's just his origin story, Strange's origin story, and the visuals in it are like over the top. I think they're amazing. I think
I
they're
like
very cool.
that they kept with the original story
Mm-hmm.
and actually had him, spoiler alert, car crash or something like that, loses his dexterity in his hand, da-da-da-da-da. But
It is Benedict Cumberbatch, right? I forget.
Yes,
Yeah.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
And-
Cucumber.
Cucumber.
Benedict Cucumber? What?
Something like that.
You get to. When I first heard him talking in it, I was like, "Oh wait, that's his American accent." Because he has an American
I
accent.
was also surprised about his accent.
like-
I was kind of confused.
It was deep too. It was a kind of like a deep. Well, it's Benedict Cumberbatch. I mean, it just has a deep voice in general.
I'm a doctor.
Gotta make sure we know that he's a doctor.
Yes, but one of the things that when I was watching this trailer that really interests me was the cast of people that have been called for this movie. Like, for example, you have Chiwetel Ejiofor from 12 Years a Slave and Children of Men playing a crucial role.
I love Children of Men. Okay,
Yes,
sorry,
and,
God, I
th-
didn't
and
mean
there's
to
Tilda Swinton right there with the bald head, which is interesting.
I believe
trying to think.
that character in the comics is a man.
Is it?
I could be wrong. I haven't read a lot of Doctor Strange, but I believe it is a man.
But no,
But
Tilda
I'm still looking forward to it.
Sorcerer Supreme.
So, do you guys think after Doctor Strange saves the day, does he have to show his PhD to everybody to make sure, like, hey guys, I'm actually a doctor?
I'm actually a doctor, guys.
I have the right to be called Doctor
Which
Strange.
is kind of funny
guys.
because like he's like all magical and stuff, but they call him Doctor.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know.
One thing that I'm wondering about, like in the original Civil War comics, since, I mean, Civil War is going to be coming out soon, but when, I guess, Spider-Man had to give his true identity to everybody, and Doctor Strange actually made the whole entire world forget who Peter Parker was. And I'm wondering if they're going to try and do that since they're releasing...
that would be an
sounds,
that
would be
sounds really
so
smart,
cool.
But
actually.
he's not supposed to be in the Civil War movie at all. So I don't know if it's going to be like one of the teasers at the end of
Well,
it.
it might
or...
have, it might have to do with, because I'm sure Spider-Man's getting his own movies as part of Marvel now. So it might take place in the future after that, because I'm sure that they're going to need to use Doctor Strange a lot more in the future.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead, Jeff. I'm sorry.
But no, it was kind of interesting what Quaid was mentioning. I was looking up yesterday on Facebook stuff about Spider-Man, and they have announced like an upcoming Spider-Man movie. I believe it's called Spider-Man Homecoming. Correct me if I'm wrong. But
I saw
Oh, yeah.
something about that.
yes, but that could be a very well
didn't read
possibility
into
with
it, though.
Doctor Strange being tied in there. That is a very interesting idea.
Go
Sorry.
ahead.
Something funny happened with. It's kind of like Civil War news, but they let in a small group of critics to go in and see it a month early. So
really?
some critics have already seen Civil War, and they're saying that it's like amazing.
I saw some picture on Facebook, and it was of Civil War, and it was a Rotten Tomatoes page, and it was like 100% critics, 100% audience.
Wow.
It was probably fake. I don't know if it was or not, but
it could
the
be-
premiere
well-
was not too long ago, wasn't it?
No, it doesn't come out until May 15th.
Oh. I
They
thought-
let in critics a month early to go see it.
That's what it
and,
was then.
This one critic said that the airport fight scene is the best scene he's ever seen
Well,
in a superhero movie.
in a superhero movie?
Yeah.
Because I thought you were going to say like in an action movie. It's like, have you seen the Mad Max movies?
Yeah.
I really liked during Age of Ultron when they were all in that like little church roomy thing
Yeah.
where that lever was and fighting off all the Ultron robots. I thought that was awesome.
That was very cool. That was well shot. It was shot from above. Those shots from over the cast. That was awesome. I'm so glad to hear though that critics are giving it good reviews because I was so worried after seeing Batman vs Superman that it was gonna be
Superhero days are over.
crowded just like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
because there was just a ton that went on during Batman versus Superman. I was worried that because they're revealing too many new characters in Civil War, I was worried that they're not going to have enough time.
I still haven't
out.
even seen Batman versus Superman yet.
I'd wait at this point.
I still want to go and see it.
I mean, it's something you need to see it because it's leading into the other Justice League movies, all the different other DC movies.
But that'd be interesting. But still, Doctor Strange itself. What do we think of the visuals? Is how it's going to be?
I think it's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
I read up a little bit yesterday on Doctor Strange, and he's pretty weird. Like, kind of Guardians of the Galaxy stuff, where the magic, and then there's like.
Okay.
You know how Thor, they have all that magic stuff.
Right.
I don't know. Throwing magic into a superhero movie with like Captain America and Iron Man, I just think it's interesting. It's kind of weird, but
it's
cool.
a whole new dynamic to include in all of that.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess magic. You could say Scarlet Witch had magic.
Yeah.
In a sense, I guess.
But
you could
I
say
wouldn't
that.
call it
Mutant?
that. Yeah, mutant magic. I don't know.
I don't know, but like some superheroes, I think have actually I can't remember one, but there have been some DC characters that have been magicians in the past or something.
Just like Zatanna.
Yeah, Zatanna.
Yeah,
Zatanna's
Zatanna's a big
like
deal.
that.
Yeah.
Things like Superman being weak to magic.
Speaking of DC, a very awesome trailer premiered at the
Suicide
MTV
Squad?
Movie Awards
yeah.
this past weekend, and it was a new Suicide Squad trailer. And I have to
liked
say,
it was the best one. I think
it was the best one.
Yeah.
It didn't focus on just a couple of the team members. It focused on all of them. I loved it. It was so amazing, and I'm so much more excited for this than I was for Batman v Superman. And we have the trailer lined up for you guys, so we're going to go ahead and play that for you, and we're gonna kind of talk over it. But it was just this trailer has so much in it, and it's just.
I mean, there's Killer Croc.
Shaking with joy. It was crazy.
The thing is, Zack Snyder didn't do so well with Batman vs Superman apparently. And I'm just scared. He's the one directing this one too.
No,
he's not.
Oh,
No, this is-
okay.
The person who directed this
I
one.
thought he was doing.
No, the man who
rest
was
of
doing
the
this
new
is a
DC
guy named
movies.
David Ayer.
Yeah, David Ayer. I remember. I'm trying to remember the movies, but he
did
directed some ones that I really liked.
Fury with Brad Pitt.
Yeah,
Fury
I
was
really
great.
like.
Okay.
He also did Sabotage, the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. He also did End of Watch, which was some kind of cop movie.
yeah.
Wasn't it? End of Watch.
Fury, which is something I really commended the movie for, were the visuals. Like, just the visuals of Fury was great.
Yeah, and this looks like it's keeping up with the pattern of great visuals. But I'm really excited to see how Margot Robbie is going to handle Harley Quinn, frankly, because I thought she was fantastic in The Wolf of Wall Street. And if that's any indication of her snappy
We also have Jared Leto as the Joker.
Yeah, I have high hopes for this movie, Jared. Don't let me down.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried
We
about.
got money
the
on
most.
you, Jared. Don't let us down.
I don't.
What
Just
is
this
it?
new age of the Joker is having tattoos all over him.
Yeah, but
I feel like
I'm
this-
pretty sure they
I don't
toned it.
know.
I'm pretty sure they toned it down a little bit. They're not going to be showing it too much. I think that was just like a pinup.
I mean,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong. I'm not sitting here saying this movie's gonna be so bad because Jared Leto's Joker's gonna be terrible.
No, I think it's gonna
every
be good.
Joker's different. It's
Yeah,
portrayed
every
differently.
Yeah.
So I am excited to see how this Joker turns out.
You know why I'm excited for this movie?
Why is
Because
that?
they're having fun with it.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
don't
Yeah,
have to,
that's just
they,
it.
they don't
Yeah.
have to make it serious.
That's what
That was-
Deadpool. They had
Yeah.
fun
Yeah.
with it.
About saying,
They
I
did
think
what they
that's the
wanted to do
problem,
with it.
like Batman versus Superman, I mean, had because frankly, when you think about it, these are superheroes. This is a fiction in a sense, and yes, you can explore serious things, but all in all,
You need to have fun with it.
Yeah.
you need to have fun with it. That's all. That's what you really got to do.
And-
like you said, and Deadpool was a good example. It knows what it is, and it's
Yeah.
having fun with it, and it works. However, Batman vs Superman, it was trying to be this huge social commentary or something like that. I don't know. I just don't think it really works for a superhero movie.
Well, sorry.
Oh, no, you're fine. You're fine.
Well,
go.
being a Superman fan myself, I'd say that the whole point of Superman is Batman's kind of the dark character that will kind of bring. You can make a dark Batman film; it'll be fine. But you don't want to make a dark Superman film because Superman's his kind of style is more. I don't know. It's much more free. It's much because he's a symbol of hope.
Yeah.
And you don't. put a symbol of hope in a bleak movie.
But what about like the Doomsday comics and stuff like that?
Yeah, but I mean stuff just like how he is, his character itself. You just don't want to the way that they threw him into this dark story. Like, I don't know. It's way you want to include Superman.
I feel like they try to incorporate the lighter side of the movie by having Lex Luthor be this like kind of lunatic younger generation guy,
like a Joker.
But it just came off forced to me.
Not bald.
He's not bald. He has hair.
The funniest line in the movie was when Batman was threatening Superman and said, "Do you bleed?" And then he says, "You will." I'm like, that's the snarkiest line in this movie. And that's it's
and no, I think that's cool. What I'm mostly complaining about is stuff like Man of Steel. This is on Man of Steel, and that was.
Do you think
was so dark, and that's not. I don't think that's how a Superman.
Do you think instead of doing a Batman versus Superman movie to start off this Justice League stuff, that they should have done a Superman movie and then a Batman movie?
Maybe.
I'll say that's
Would that have worked out better?
Well, sorry. I'm more preferring the style of like the 60s Superman, or was it when was it 70s 80s?
I think that was 70s.
70s. Okay,
Talking about like
yeah.
Superman 2.
Yeah, I just mean stuff like the original one. It was brighter. It wasn't like amazingly like too bright and happy or anything, but they could have, they didn't have to make it so dark and like Superman, why? It doesn't have to be that big complex about why am I not killing people? Stuff like that.
The best part of Batman v Superman was Batman. Like everything with Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck, I thought was a great Batman.
That's good.
And they redid his origin story just for a little bit. He just had his parents die again.
Yeah.
But it was the best. It's the best Batman parents dying scene I've ever seen.
Good.
Well, I heard they took that straight from the comic book and recreated the panel.
Oh, I'm not sure.
We got to look. I'm not exactly
No,
sure.
I know it was based on what was it, Batman Returns or what? That was
The Dark Knight
Returns.
The Dark Knight Returns from
Okay.
Frank Miller, which for you guys who have never read it, I highly recommend it because it is one of the best comics I've ever read, and not only comics, but just like a piece of literature in general. I think it's very well done.
Because with Watchmen, Zack Snyder recreated a lot of the comic book panels in the movie, which I really enjoyed.
Yeah,
I thought Watchmen was great.
yeah.
No.
But no, going back to Suicide Squad, how do you think Ben Affleck is going to like fit in with this whole Suicide Squad thing? Because as you saw in the trailer,
Yeah,
we did
you see his
him.
car,
What
his
I-
Batmobile.
What my prediction is, from some of the rumors I've heard, is that he captures Harley Quinn and stops the Joker while they're together in the beginning of the movie, and he throws Harley Quinn in prison, and the Joker somehow gets away or something.
Yeah.
That's my prediction.
The Joker's always getting away.
That's the only
Yeah.
incorporation I
Batman's
think
there, yeah.
Batman's going to be in.
Yeah.
Is him actually stopping Harley and the Joker.
Yeah.
That's
But,
good.
but no, so the cast is very impressive, I have to say. Will Smith is Deadshot.
It's going to be interesting.
It's definitely going to be interesting. You got Killer Croc, you've got Katana, you've got the Enchantress, you've got all sorts of anti-heroes in the DC universe coming together.
Yeah. Sorry, and again, they're having fun with it because you saw that Will Smith scene where he's saying like, "Oh, I was wanting to get you started. I wasn't. I was
Yeah,
like,
the
we're
Diablo.
cool, man. All right."
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Honestly, I think Will Smith's gonna do great in this movie, and this might be the funniest Captain Boomerang I have ever seen.
Yeah.
Which is
I
awesome.
can't remember the last movie I watched with Will Smith in it.
Oh man, he was just
Hopefully
in
not
Concussion.
After Earth.
I didn't watch Concussion.
After
so
Earth, don't get me started.
Yeah, so we don't have time for that. Otherwise,
Yeah.
this would make for a much longer podcast. Remember, we're on a shortened schedule, guys.
So just to move on, predictions from the movie, good or bad? Thumbs up, thumbs down.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
I definitely would give it a thumbs up because I think after Batman vs. Superman, I heard that they did a lot of reshoots for some key parts of the movie, try to make it maybe more lighthearted. I may be wrong on that, but if that's going to be the case, if it's actually going to be a good, fun movie, then I give it a thumbs up.
Sweet. Jacob.
Oh, I'm gonna give it a thumbs up.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Same with Doctor Strange.
Okay. Yeah.
At least I think at the least it'll redeem Batman vs Superman a little bit.
Thumbs up for me. I think this could be a good DC movie. It's the DC movie we need.
Yeah.
It's a DC movie.
The hero
Don't deserve.
That's not Batman. He's like, what is it that they say in The Dark Knight? Somebody is like, he's the hero they need, but they don't deserve him.
Okay, so next up we have a hilarious story of a terrible prank gone wrong. I think this was in Minnesota?
Well, it's actually happened at least 3
Or
times
is it Montana?
now.
Oh, 3 times
It's,
now?
Wait,
I looked it up,
What?
and the video I think that we have was from, I found it in the Oregon Post or something like
Oh,
that.
wow, okay, never
Or
mind.
Washington
I was way
Post,
off.
one of the two. But I read on there that this has happened in like 3 other states.
Oh my god. So, to give the premise, do you want me to just say the premise?
If
Or
you want to,
okay,
yeah.
So basically, you can give more details. I haven't looked it up. I just know what happened. Basically, this Burger King got a call from someone saying that they were from the local fire department, and they're from the local fire department, and that the Burger King was full of like gas.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, yeah,
gas.
yeah.
So it was a high amount of gas, so they had to go outside and had to break all the windows to get all the gas out. So the
naturally.
manager took all of his employees outside and broke every
Yeah,
single window
they ended up-
of this Burger
I'm
King.
not sure that's how it works. Like,
They ended
That's
up leaving the building and going out to their cars and grabbing their tire irons and just going up and just beating out like the lower level of the windows.
they just open the doors.
Nope.
I don't
They
know.
had
but
to-
it's, kind
had
of
to beat all
puts
the
me in
windows
mind
out.
of the wisdom that whenever you're told as a kid, like, now remember during a tornado, open the windows. That'll cause less damage.
Yeah.
That
Didn't
doesn't
Mythbusters
work.
do something on that?
Okay. I forgot. We have the video of it. So
Go ahead and put
just
it
to
up.
kind of show the manager and the employees in action of breaking the windows. Now, if you're driving by and you see this,
Yeah.
what are you thinking? You're just
I
like,
mean,
I don't
there's
like-
a bunch of people that just stopped
Fight
on
the
the side of the
system.
road and ended up just getting out with their phones and just filming the whole thing, which is funny.
it's just, how can you? If I got that call, I'd be like, okay, then get a truck to come down here.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I figured
do
that
it.
this was a Burger King, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
this was a
Burger
Burger
Okay,
King.
well, I'm thinking that their kitchen would probably not be like, it probably doesn't have that many windows by the kitchen.
Yeah.
And that's where, if there was a gas leak or something, that would probably be where it was
I'm
going.
pretty sure
I
that's
figured
where
that-
the gas
yeah,
leak would
yeah,
have
I
to
figured
be.
that breaking the windows, like, near where the customers sit.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't think that's, I don't know.
If someone said that, hey, there's a bunch of noxious gas in the building you're in right now,
Your building's going
I
to
was-
explode.
Number one, I would leave. Number
Yeah.
two, I'd get as far away from that building as I
Yeah.
could.
Number one, I'd say, hold on, man. I gotta make this Whopper real quick.
Gotta make this Whopper, then I'll leave the building.
Well,
We're
you think-
behind on our drive-through time, so we need to make this Whopper.
If the gas can explode,
Yeah.
you'd think that if you tried to make a Whopper, the flames would go up and the building would explode.
Oh
That's
yeah,
true, yeah.
you would think you would know better than this, but
Yeah.
They would have the fryers going when they get this call, along with like the grills and all the
exactly.
other flammable things they have back there.
Yeah.
but normally for a situation like this, you usually just when
Evacuate.
somebody evacuate.
Evacuate
Exactly,
the
that's
area.
all you
Evacuate
do.
the area
really.
and wait for the fire
There's
department.
a fire alarm.
Maybe
for
leave-
this.
And
maybe
there's a
leave the
gas-
doors
and there's,
open.
Like people who specialize in gas.
Yeah. Just
And also, how would a fire department know that there was a gas leak there? I mean, obviously there might be some system in place, but
I mean,
someone to
that's
call
a good- that's a
someone to
good
call
point.
in and just say, hey, your guys' gas is leaking or whatever.
I-
There's a yeah.
Unless they somehow have a way to measure that, which
I-
there could be a way. I figured that they probably wouldn't call. They probably would send people down there. Right?
Yeah,
I don't see
immediately.
how-
Yeah.
I don't see how they can monitor. I mean, I guess they can somehow monitor it, but
I mean, it's still the fault
Like
of
a
the
CO2
person
detector.
that called, obviously.
And
Oh,
for
yeah,
this to
definitely.
happen in 3 other states,
I'll tell you what were the
That's
other
ridiculous.
states that this occurred?
it
in?
didn't end up saying.
It didn't end
No.
up saying.
this is like swatting.
It's
It-
almost
it's like
exactly
swatting.
like swatting.
because this prank is gonna spread like wildfire.
And I didn't end up looking up to see what the repercussions were for the kid who ended up, or the person calling.
I'm sure is somehow being charged like a false statement of danger or something crazy like that.
Yeah. I mean, I honestly think that should have happened I figured that this kind of prank would have happened a long time ago with how many prank calls.
And that poor manager. That pour man,
Yeah.
he got fired.
I mean, you had to be so gullible. And
Maybe not fired, but probably had to pay a lot of money,
Yeah,
like the business
but
did, or something like
I'm
that.
going to
Pay out
take
of
the
pocket
side
for the
of the
window
manager
repair
a
or
little bit
something like
and
that.
say, what would you have done in that situation?
Yeah, I mean,
Someone
Risk your employees or Okay, I know what you mean.
I get what you're saying, but still, I would just
kind of
evacuate the
ridiculous.
building. That's just it from me.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't just be like, okay, well, I'm not going to break out the windows. I'm just going to evacuate the building.
and also, if there was a
The
gas,
door's
if there was a
open.
gas leak, just turn off the power and leave, right? Can you do
Well,
Something.
It's a gas line. I mean,
that? Yeah, but I mean, don't make sure that you don't have anything on that can,
Yeah.
ignite.
oh, that's a good point.
Turn that off and then evacuate, and you don't.
Frank,
have
you
to
don't like
break
that
any windows.
cigarette.
Don't let that cigarette out
Yeah,
back.
it's like a slow motion scene in a movie. It's like,
It's like
Yeah,
Zoolander. I've seen
it's
Zoolander.
like
I know what happens.
Zoolander.
But another thing, I remember in Mythbusters, they were doing a thing on movies, and one of them was one of the Bourne movies, where he ended up breaking the gas line and setting a magazine in a toaster, and the bad guys arrived just in time for the building to explode.
Oh.
And
Building, not just the room.
the building,
Okay.
the whole building explode. Well,
Okay.
there's gas will only ignite, but it has to be a certain percentage air versus gas, and if it's not right, nothing's going to happen.
He need the oxygen to ignite it.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes
Yeah,
sense.
That,
That makes
does make
sense.
sense.
yeah.
But just like the threat of your whole building is full of this gas. Hope you don't have any employees smoking outside because they're gonna come back in and just, you know what I mean?
Yeah, just throw them in the
Okay.
bin and it's like,
That's crazy.
So I guess to conclude this, probably not the best idea to go breaking the windows, Burger King manager, but you did what you had to do.
Yeah.
That's
So,
about
we
it.
didn't
We
get
on you, if
understand.
you're listening right now, which I'm sure you are.
Hope we didn't get fired.
I'll tell you, we really do feel you, man.
Yeah.
Because this is just cool what this caller did.
Next up, we have a little bit of tech news for you, which is really, really cool. I think it's really exciting. There's a new hoverboard out here that's the mother of all hoverboards.
The mother of all
and it's not
hover-
one of those stupid ones that have
Hoverboard,
just
hoverboard,
two.
hoverboard.
hoverboard.
New aquatic
That's a tongue
hoverboards.
twister.
It's not one of those stupid hoverboards with two wheels and explode if the battery gets weird.
What is it, radioactive or?
I don't
No,
know.
No, there were problems with the two-wheeled hoverboards. They would ignite.
The really cheaply made
Yeah.
ones, like knockoffs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This hoverboard is water powered, but it's not one of the ones with this is it. We have a video right here, but it's not one of the ones with the giant water jets coming out the bottom.
Yeah.
This one, what I think it is he has a backpack full of water on his back that's linked to the hoverboard, and the hoverboard uses that. But they say that this hoverboard can reach heights of 10,000 feet and can go at speeds of 93 miles an hour.
I don't know if that.
10,000?
I'm about to say. I
That's
don't
what
know.
he said.
I'd say he may just be blowing his own horn here. I mean, he
Yeah.
may actually be doing this. I have no idea.
If you fall from that, you're dead.
No, he says possible. He hasn't done it. He says
Yeah,
possible.
it has to be
Oh, it's
jetting out
possible.
Yeah,
something.
it's possible. He hasn't done it.
Okay, like it's like, if you've actually done this, then
You think you probably maybe pass out at that altitude.
Yeah,
That's the altitude of the
I'm
jet
pretty
line.
sure.
Is it jetting out water, or
It's
is it
like-
compressed air that's
it's-
pushing them up?
I don't know. I think it's I think it
I
might
think
be water.
I think it's got to be water because
Yeah.
if not, then you could just be on land. I mean, I
Yeah.
don't-
Yeah.
So
And the owner of this company that makes this is a professional jet ski driver. Like he races jet skis, so he's an extreme sport guy.
so he's just used to
And
it.
he says that no one should really do it except him because if you fall from that height, you're pretty much dead.
Yeah, you fall from 100
So-
feet without anything. I guess he was flying over water.
And he had a helmet, but still
Still,
water. You can still
it's
have
gonna
the
hurt.
impact would still.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still the impact would still hurt you really bad. But I would not want to go on this.
It kind of reminds me of pod racing, Quaid.
Now this is pod racing.
Oh no, not the pod racing again.
We're gonna end up getting like pod racing and different. It's gonna be so weird. But
I
this
hope so.
this is cool because
Yeah,
it's a big step. It's a big step in the direction of.
Hoverboard.
racing.
It's
Yeah.
like we can.
Yeah.
I'd say it's like
Pod
it's
racing,
a big
hovercraft.
breakthrough.
Yeah, it's a big breakthrough, but it's a
Star
very
Wars.
dangerous breakthrough.
Isn't that what all of our technology is culminated to? I mean, pod racing.
pod racing.
Yeah.
It's,
Sure.
it's getting there.
You know,
It's getting
In the
there.
future, instead of NASCAR, we're going to have pod racing.
I mean, imagine a Formula One car floating like that board right there.
Okay, so it was a cool story, and I just thought I brought it up because I thought it was really cool and advanced. But for our last story today is something that I found on the internet, which I think is absolutely hilarious. And we have the we have the surveillance video of this story, and basically it's a couple in a bar, and they're just obsessed with each other, and they're making out. They're just making out with each other, sucking face, you know. And
man.
6 feet away, the same bar they're at is getting robbed.
All right,
and they
so
have
let's take a
no,
look.
They have no idea that this is going on. So let's go ahead and take a look.
Passion.
So where are they? Are
So
they,
they're on the left.
okay, I see them.
This is different camera angles.
Right.
There were 2 men and 1 woman coming in here with handguns, robbing this place, and these two, and look, they just ignore them. They just completely just walk by
They're
them
just
like
like
there's nothing wrong.
They're just like.
And they're sitting there just kissing, and the owner's just like, "Are you serious? Like,
I mean,
what's
it's-
going
it's
on?"
Love
here?"
overcomes all challenges.
That's true. Love
Probably
overcomes-
alcohol too.
Yeah,
Just
About to say, they're near a bar. aren't they?
they're in a bar.
See, there you go. That's
Yeah.
what happened.
And the best part of this video to me is that one of the robbers, the woman and the other man, and one of the
There they
men
go.
are robbing the cash register, and the woman, the other man is walking by the couple and he just looks at him. He's like, okay, and he
Whatever.
just walks by, and later on in the video, the man's like kind of stops kissing. The man looks over and is like, oh, this place is getting robbed. It's just okay.
Yeah, it's like, oh,
I bet this goes deeper.
See,
I have a feeling that
you think
So you're
that
somehow involved.
some FBI stuff's going
I
on.
guess
you think
I
that
can
they're involved
understand
with
them.
this?
I think that one of them might have been an FBI agent. I'm not trying to.
Quaid and his theories, though.
I'm not trying to say that it did
I guess
happen.
I can
But
understand
I'm
them just
saying
kind of
99%
ignoring this.
it did happen.
Because about 2 weeks ago, I ended up going to the bar with a couple of my friends, and one of my friends ended up getting hooked up with this one girl at the bar. And next thing, I was trying to talk to him, and next thing I know, they're just making out right there in the bar. There's about 100 people there. They're just going at it.
I mean, I understand that, but like, it's a robbery
Yeah.
with like
Yeah.
guns, and they're pointing guns at you. It's like, okay, you're gonna stop. It's like,
It's
no.
like, no, love conquers all.
Yeah, it's just,
Suckers off.
that. I hope that's just crazy. I hope that they weren't involved in that, because if they were, that is so elaborate, and you know that they had been playing in that for like a long time.
Ocean's 11.
Yeah.
Wait, what if they saw the robbers come in, and they just started making out to try to divert the robbers' attention away from them?
No, I think that one of
so
them was
you-
an FBI agent. I was like, hey, make out with me. I'm an FBI agent. And I'm gonna get these guys when the cameras turn off.
We're thinking about this way too much.
That's
I'm
okay.
saying,
That's
all
okay.
this
We
is
didn't see any aftermath of this, so just saying.
I feel like
Just-
that's all right, though.
The aftermath, they got away, and it was an undisclosed amount of money, and they never found, and they haven't found the robbers yet. They're still investigating.
Okay, and where did this happen at again?
Oh man, I think Minnesota,
Minnesota.
maybe.
That doesn't
I don't know.
surprise me.
Minnesota.
I
Minnesota's a
feel like,
dangerous place.
yeah.
I'd say Minnesota's a dangerous place. If you ever seen the TV series Fargo,
Oh.
then you know Minnesota's a dangerous
I
place.
watched that the other day and could not get over their voices.
Oh yeah.
I
Fargo's
hated
great.
it.
I love Fargo. I know what you mean though.
I
It's kinda
probably
hard
would
to
have
get.
that same issue.
Okay, well, I'd really hate to wrap it up so soon because we had a lot more topics, but we had to cut them all out because we had to cut this short. So next week we will have our regular length of podcast, and it's gonna have a lot more information than just us sitting around talking about robberies and.
we might
Yeah,
even throw in a
and,
little
uh,
extra.
It was mostly a
hoverboards.
bunch of internet
I'll say
stuff.
We'll,
Yeah.
we'll have something to say, something
Yeah.
funny for you guys,
Oh,
but
yeah.
still, we've got a lot more for you next
Yeah.
week. So,
So this is just this is a small one because we have to have one every week. Stay consistent. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm Hunter.
I'm Jeff.
My name's Quaid.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you guys on the next Bashcast.